What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here. I just recorded the last BFR. We're going straight into the next one. Not even a minute break or anything. So, Game 23 at the New York Rangers, and on December 4th at 7:30 p.m., which was last night, they had the reason it started so late on the East Coast is because there was a Knicks game that was early, and then they had to move it from a basketball court to the ice hockey setup. So it was kind of just a later start more than usual. Rangers win 3-2 in a game that the Hawks should have won. There's too many games this year already that the Hawks should have won and they cannot pull out of. And there was the game against Calgary they should have won. The first game against St. Louis, Toronto, they should have beat so many teams this year. And now this one, so many teams that they're losing against the teams they should win against, and they should win against the teams they're losing against. That is the only way I can put it at this point. They're moved to 8-13-2. They get outshot 31-27. They out-hit them 28-26, and then Chicago dominated in the face-offs 31-23. Hawks go 0-for-1 on the power play. Rangers go 1-for-4. Lankinen saves 28 out of 31. Can't even read my own writing. I just woke up, if you can't tell. Lankinen saves 28 out of 31 in the loss, and Georgiev saves 25 out of 27 in the win. Great performance from both goalies tonight. They should both be two stars of the game. Mitchell was in. McCabe was out with a family matter. He's back in Chicago, and then Murphy was out in concussion protocol. DeHaan was in. Reese Johnson was in. Kara was out. We go to the first. DeHaan hit the post early. Georgiev didn't see it. Kubalik or Borkstrom might have deflected it. Rangers were very sloppy early. Slavin robbed. Georgiev was out of position. Trouba saved a goal. Kane hit the post. Rangers dominating at the halfway point and have full control. Hagel good hit on Trouba. Kane breakaway foiled by Miller and Panarin. Murphy's dad was actually the assistant coach of the Rangers, so it's unfortunate he couldn't see his son play with the Hawks tonight. And then the Jones brothers' dad, Caleb and Seth, his dad had seen his Denver Nuggets play the Knicks since Popeye Jones was a NBA basketball player for the Denver Nuggets, and they were playing the Knicks, so he went to go watch that game, and then he stayed after to watch his sons play, so pretty cool. And then the Strome brothers were playing against each other, Dylan and Ryan. Both had pretty good nights. Ryan got on the board a few times. He scored. He had a goal and an assist, but whenever Ryan was on the ice, Dylan was making sure. Dylan was pretty much the only guy who was able to shut him down in the face-off dot and every other category. And then the Rangers had a 2-on-1, and that would be stopped. And then there was a 2-on-1 for Hagel and Jones. It looked like a high stick, and it ended up going right back into the front of the net for a Kane who was wide open. And with 22.8 seconds to go, it's a Chicago goal from Patrick Kane from Hagel and Jones, and the Rangers challenge it. And at 22.8 seconds, which is the same time they score during the challenge is called no good, which I was surprised. I thought that was not a good goal. And then it's a Ranger penalty, which would be served by Reeves, which was for a fatal challenge, which would be killed. And prior to that, I forgot to mention that Slavin was getting really good chances. Slavin looked really good in the first period, and then it's like the better he played, the less ice time he got. So I'm not sure what was going on there. And then there was a good save by Georgiev on Kane. Forgot to mention that prior to the goal. But we move on to the second period. Gustafsson prevents a shorthanded breakaway by a great diving stick. Great save by Georgiev on DeBrincat. Good save Lankinen. Then at 16-17, Chicago penalty to Borkstrom for high sticking, which was a double minor. And there was a wide open net and no chance for Lankinen. He tried to dive over. Incredible effort, but at 15-19, Ranger power play goal from Strome, from Panarin, Ryan Strome, from Panarin and Fox. So there's two Stromes on the ice, got to remember that. Panarin, a phenomenal pass. Fox is showing why might be a strong suit to win the Norris again this year. And then we have Fox stops a 2-on-1. Then at 2:35, a Ranger goal to Adam Fox, his fifth of the year from Strome and Panarin to make it 2-1. Though those three right there, Strome, Panarin, and Fox, are a very dangerous trio. And then Doc was robbed by Georgiev at the end of the period. I'm not sure if it's Georgiev or Georgiev, so I keep switching between the two. Feel free to correct me in the comments. We go to the third. Gorgiev, incredible save on Dahan and a second chance. Zibanejad robbed by Lankinen. Jones and Kreider collide. Both were slow to get up, but Kreider seemed to get the worst of it. He would be fine, though. Jones saves a breakaway. Then at 16:40, Chicago penalty to Jones for saving that breakaway for slashing. Horrible call. He didn't even touch his hands. He simply tried to, he had a stick right here. He was in front of him and simply knocked the puck out, and they called it slashing. Horrible call. And then Mitchell had a great shot block, which he would be stunned on it, but he was fine. And then at 12:55, after the first penalty was killed, Chicago penalty to Kalnick for tripping, in which he didn't even touch Panarin. The refs got to make sure they're not selling calls is not happening. You don't want to sell calls if you don't want to see sold calls if you're the team getting the calls. And I could stand up. I would stand up, but I'm kind of blocked in here. You got right here. You got let's say your legs are right here. The stick comes across. It's right in front of your leg, and you just fall right onto it like you're tripping. Smart play by Panarin, but refs gotta watch. You can't just let it happen. Moving on. Ryan Strome nearly had an open net. Lankinen great save on Kakko and then Cheadle. Kubalik post. Kreider chance saved. And then at 5:14, it's a Ranger goal from Artemi Panarin from his 7th of the year from Strome and Trouba to make it 3-1. No chance for Lankinen. He tried diving again, but Rangers were having great cross-ice passes, and it was just working. DeBrincat had a chance save, and the Hawks emptied the net with 2:25 remaining, and then it should have been 2 tripping calls on the next rush. And then at 1:19, no, we couldn't really see at first. You would never know. But after an official review of the play, it turned out that at 1:19, there was a Chicago goal for Alex DeBrincat, his 14th of the year, from Jones and Kane to make it 3-2. Rangers were not happy. Gallant showed visible anger, and words could be mouth read from what he said. And at 14.3 seconds, there was a Hawks timeout, but that's it. And Hawks lose in a game they really should have won. Again, I feel like I've said that same story too many times now. And now, tonight we got Game 24 at the New York Islanders at 6 p.m. So that BFR should be coming up tomorrow. And hopefully I don't get busy this next week. 2 more weeks until Christmas break, so I'll be having a lot more free time there. So, yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.